Hey guys, thanks for watching. Today we're going to be talking about guillotines, specifically guillotines from the bottom position, okay? The guillotine, the way you do it may depend on how you get there, from what position, okay? I'm going to talk about a key detail that really changed the way my guillotine worked. I wasn't a believer in guillotines, and now I understand more how they work. And I think anyone can do this detail. It's not a tricky detail, it's a fundamental thing that works, okay? So there's multiple kinds of guillotines for multiple positions, okay? The easiest one to hit is if you're wrestling with someone and you snap them down and they end up in a position like this, okay? And then from there, you can get a really deep grip. We're not going to be talking about that right now. We'll do that in a future video because that's actually easier to do. I'm going to talk about the one that's harder to do if you're already sitting. Okay, so you may be sitting from butterfly guard, or you may be in a half guard, or you may be in a full guard and somehow you got them down. Okay, we're going to talk about the most common mistake people make. Okay, so the most common mistake I see people make, let's just take it from closed guard, is they take a regular guillotine, okay, they may cross their legs, and then they come here and they can't seem to get it. They feel stuck, okay? And then they start doing this thing where they extend their legs and they pull, and then the person's head comes out, okay? I actually chipped my teeth this way. Someone did that to me many years ago. So I think this is not a very efficient approach to the guillotine. The guillotine, you have to think of it more as a choke that cuts off blood to the brain, meaning you're trying to go for the arteries on each side of the neck rather than a choke on the windpipe, which would be here. So a lot of people think of it, you can still make it work, it's just not going to be as efficient. A lot of people think of it as you put someone's head here and then you bring your blade of your wrist up. I thought of it like that for years, okay, but that's not going to be as efficient, okay? So the detail we want on our guillotine, however we get it, okay, we might be in butterfly guard. I'm just going to start like that at first, okay? So we're going to have our opponent here. Somehow we're going to snap him down, get his posture down, okay? Whether that's pushing his leg out, whether that's, tricking him into an arm drag or something to bring his head down. It can be as simple as just snapping the head down, okay? Hand, up near the bottom of the base of the head, snap him down, okay? From here, we're snapping him into our opposite arm, okay? So not same arm, it's gonna be opposite arm, okay? So you're just doing this, all right? So you're gonna snap him down, all right? Now, this is different from if I snapped him down from like a wrestling move, because it's harder I can't reach all the way and get my hand here, get my elbow super deep because I'm sitting. Now, if I was like this, I could do that. I could go like this and get really deep, and that would make the move more effective. I could just do this and sit back, but I'm sitting, okay? He may even have taken me down. So how am I gonna do this, okay? So I snap him down. I'm going to try and get like a Chinstrap grip, which you may have heard before. Kind of just grip on the opposite side. If you imagine his chin would be here, okay? I'm going to bring my elbow back, and he's going to be kind of in here, all right? From there, I'm not going to grab necessarily my wrist. I'm going to get a grip near the wrist and the blade of the hand, okay? And I'm going to curl my wrist in. I'll just show on this side. Normally I would have it locked in here or like here, but I'm just gonna show for purpose sake, easy to see, so that you can see what I'm doing. So I would have snapped him down, okay, have him here, and I get this chin strap grip. Imagine this is his chin, okay? Then I'm gonna, because I don't have the full grip to cover both arteries, I only have one artery covered, I'm gonna have to do something with my hand grip, okay? So I'm gonna have to curl my hand, my my hand in. So you're going to end up having either the meaty part of your hand or this knuckle here, your thumb covering the other side, okay? So it's going to be like this. Instead of just here, you see the difference already? I'm not pulling up here and extending. I'm curling this in, and I'm going to use the other hand to push it in, okay? So I'm pushing it in, all right? From here, now I'm gonna actually demonstrate like how it would be, okay? From here, I'm gonna take my leg out, and I'm gonna try and take both legs out and come on my side, okay? I'll demonstrate on the other side. So you come, bring them, and you end up on your side. If you can, try and take your legs out, okay, to make a closed guard. All right, if you can't and you only have a half guard, that's fine, as long as you cover his back. Don't do it like this, because he can back step over, and now you're losing. Okay, so cover the back, okay? If you can bring your leg out as much as you can, that's fine, okay? Try and get the closed guard, okay? From here, you have just a single head and grip, okay? You're gonna, instead of extending and then him popping his head out, I'm gonna curl in, okay? So you see this window here? I'm gonna make it smaller, okay? And I'm not gonna push my legs out, I'm gonna bring them in, okay? And then with that, so I'm gonna be curling in, bringing my legs in, and I'm gonna be pushing my arm in. The push does not have to be strong. It's mainly your whole body curling in and you curling in, which makes the choke, okay? So now even if he were to stand up on his legs and push into you, he's just helping you curl in. So from there, push and curl in, okay? This way you can make him go unconscious. The other thing is, you want to try not to be directly in line with him. You want to try and be off to the side, okay? If you can. Because being directly in line now limits your movement. It's harder to curl in. It's harder to bend to your side. Whereas if you're here, you have now more room to cut off. See this window that his head is in? You have more room to cut this off, okay? And he's more compressed, okay? So if you're on your side, you have more room to compress him. Whereas if you're on your back, there's less room for movement. All right. So key detail. It's not a secret technique or anything, but it's a fundamental thing that I think every guillotine should have. Okay. So you snap down, chin grip. Okay. You're gonna be covering one artery with your bicep, pretty much. You're gonna have to get your hand and curl your wrist in. So you're doing like this movement. You're just helping push with this hand, okay? Here, like this, all right? So here, then as I fall back, I'll bring one leg out, and if I can bring the other leg out, I will. If I can't, that's fine. I can still keep it in half guard or like a half butterfly guard, okay? From here, as long as I cover this so he can't step over, all right? From there, I'm curling in and I'm on my side. And I'm moving my torso in towards his head. So I'm scrunching the space that he has. So if this is the window that his head is in, I'm leaning in, bringing my knees in so that the window is closing, and effectively he's being scrunched. So don't think of it as like an extension. You're doing actually a compression, okay? Some jiu-jitsu moves are compression and some are extension. An armbar would be an extension, okay? This is not like that at all. This is more of a compression, all right? The other thing is this detail allows it so that you can do this type of guillotine also that works with arm in. So I used to avoid arm in guillotines like the plague, okay? Because the thing is, it feels like it's not gonna work, okay? Because you have this whole shoulder area here, and it's hard to pull, and it feels like it would take a lot of strength. I always used to think of this as a strength move. And if you do it like this way, that is true. But let's go back over this again, okay? You bring them down. You get the chin strap grip, okay? Now, for whatever reason, you can't bring this other grip yet, because let's say he covered your waist, because he knows you're going for that, okay? So now there's no space to get the grip. What can I do? I can go under his arm, okay? So I'm still getting the same grip, but it's gonna be under his arm. I'm still gonna do my wrist, bring my wrist up like this, and push up. It's still gonna work exactly the same, okay, even though my arm is under. That's the point is, this arm is barely doing any work, okay? It's all 90% or more from this hand. Okay, so from here, I'm still, as you can see, my thumb can still come through, okay? Now, if you want, you can keep your hand like a fist, but I find that it's harder. I get a little more motion, range of motion if I kind of open my fingers. You don't have to fully open, but you can kind of open a little bit, and it gives you more range of motion to help choke better, okay, to cut off the blood supply. So you snap them down here. If you can get this grip, great. If you can't, because he covers your waist, come under and still touch your hand where you would. Still grab your hand where you would, okay? And get the grip. So you're gonna fall to your side still exactly the same way, okay? And then you're gonna compress in. So I'll do it from the other side, okay? So I'm here, come in, he covers my waist with his hand, all right? And then I'm gonna bring my other hand in. I'm gonna bring my thumb through, okay? I'm gonna fall to my side, bring my leg out, okay? If I can get both legs out, perfect. I'm gonna compress him in by pulling him in with my legs and compressing him, bring in my elbows to my elbow choking him, the arm choking him to my rib cage, and compressing in. Even if he stands up, like brings his butt up here to put like more pressure on me, I would just pull him in more and it wouldn't help him, okay? All right. So that key detail is how you can translate your guillotine working for regular guillotine, for arm-in guillotine, or even the high elbow guillotine like the Marcellatine. All right. A lot of times people find that only one works for them. This can make it consistent for you across the board. All right. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks for watching.